Hey everybody, it's your boy Matty Rants. I have promised you this review for some time. It's been asked over and over. I have said yes, I will. When I can. Can I get an amen? We can go there. But I'm finally here and I'm reviewing Drag Race Thailand. Not RuPaul's Drag Race, baby. Drag Race Thailand. But we're going to start with Season 2 versus Season 1 because I saw bits and pieces of Season 1, but I haven't got any of the video that I need with the subtitles so I can watch it and understand what's going on just yet. But Season 2 I've got, and I'm going to do this weekly along with RuPaul's Drag Race, which you know is more of a Friday morning type of tease. This one I'm going to try to get out Saturday night or early Sunday morning before me and Jamar do the afterthoughts that we do Sunday afternoons. So where shall we begin? Should I just start talking about the things I like about the show, or should I just go into like the whole formula like we normally do? Well, I have my tablet today, my trusty dusty Apple Pro. I've been dropped too many times, cracked for filth. I have to turn it to the side, to the right, to the up, to the down, to the left, just to get this done. But I need to have some visual context in order for me to give you the best review possible here. So if I'm looking down, don't judge. I'm just trying to make sure I have the right people behind me and remember what the look is, because this is another batch of queens. 14 bitches to be exact. And what I thought was so cool about Drag Race Thailand is that they had open auditions. From my understanding, there was a biological female that was there who auditioned as well. So it opened all the doors for everybody, trans contestants, gay, straight, whatever, to join the competition. And that tells you something about where Drag Race Thailand is at, and where we in the States with RuPaul's Drag Race still have a little ways to go in understanding specific things like, you know, everybody can do stuff. We all can do it. But either way, everybody has their own opinions on it. I was just happy that it was included. I'm not reviewing the casting special. I don't find that necessary. Now, what are the prizes compared to what we have, say, with RuPaul's Drag Race? Remember, this is Season 2, kids, and the show's just beginning, so they're gonna have to build it on up. But I gotta tell you, the set design was great from what I could see. I enjoyed the music. They got a fucking intro. An intro, not just some RuPaul's Drag Race, which is fine, and I'm here for it, RuPaul, you know, that's the formula. But I'm talking about like an actual song, and the girls are running through town, and different looks, and some kind of bad lighting every now and then, but it was okay for me, and I really enjoyed it. I like the little humanity, sexuality. Every time I hear it, I think of Alexander Rogers saying femininity, but it's a good song. I like it, and it was a great intro for the show. So I like that much. But what do these girls win, okay? They win Crown Jewels by Fierce Drag Jewels. If I'm correct, that's the same thing with RuPaul's Drag Race as far as, you know, who makes their crowns or whatnot. And if I'm wrong about it, please forgive me. I think I'm correct. I may be wrong. Also, they win 500,000 bots. If I'm saying that incorrectly, I'm going to be doing that a lot. Apologizing. Sorry. I'm new here. Now, that in U.S. currency, USD dollars, baby, is $15,805.25. So if you need a USD amount to get a gist of what that is, there you go. But, honey, that's a lot of money, and I could use $15,805.25 right now. But let's get to the queens here. Shout out to Arya. If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. For being the host here. I'm not going to say the RuPaul of Thailand, because that's not even, let's not do all that. Let's keep Art in their own category, because I think she's fierce. I think she's sickening. I live for her, the look she gave on the main stage. I'll get to that in a second, but I'm a fan, and I'm also a fan of Pangina Heels. Pangina Heels is basically the Michelle Visage of this show. I'm already finding myself annoyed with making these comparisons. I don't want to do that, but again, I'm a RuPaul Drag Race reviewer jumping in on the Drag Race Thailand thing. So to my Drag Race Thailand fans and those who were a part of the show who may find this video, I apologize in advance. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I love this show. I love y'all's format and the formula. It's just all new, and I'm like, oh, okay. Difference here, difference there. I like. One thing else that I like too, before I just sort of forget about it or I don't bring it up in the midst of what's going on here, is during the confessionals, they actually tell the contestants what the other girls had said about them, and they're able to respond back. They don't do that in Drag Race. It's you find out about that shit later at home, watching the TV like, oh, so she had some shit to say. This motherfucker. And now we're fighting on Twitter. No, 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 no. Drag Race Thailand says, let me tell you what she just said about you. And then they run back to the girl. Well, her response was, I'm assuming that's how it works. Or either, well, when we asked her this question, this is how she responded. Whatever. I love it. It's shady. It's catty. I'm here for it. There's some funny moments that happen. Some of these contestants who I'm going to talk about had some glorious shady moments. I was here for it, girl. But yes, this cast, these 14 ladies, men, whatever. Actually, I'm going to keep it on ladies because I'm going to get to that in a second with one of the contestants, which I was like, yes, queen, but I need to go ahead and just get into it. Thank you for listening to my jibber jab in the beginning. Let's go ahead and get on to it and get this background machine going full of queens walking in. Let's start with the entrance looks. All right, so the first queen to enter the workroom is Miss Guamhai. And I'm hoping I say this right. I hate that I'm having to do that, but Miss Guamhai. She is from China, and she's giving you traditional teas. I'm actually here for this ensemble and how she put it together. I love the red hair, just how everything looks. I like it. I think I'm a fan. I think I'm a fan of this. But I like it. It's a cute look. The next queen to then walk into the room is Mocha Diva. Now, I like that name, Mocha Diva. Diva's the first queen to walk in that's speaking English. So for me, I didn't have to read any of the subtitles. I was like, oh, here we go. Cool beans. And another reason why I like this show, it's not just all English or an all entire whatnot. Everyone's speaking their own dialect or what they want or choose to speak in. And then I can then jump into certain conversations knowing what's going on, or I'm having to read, and also now I can say, oh, I understand. So when this first came out and there were no subtitles, I'm sitting here just guessing and assuming, and I didn't want to be that guy. So when people were like, can you do the review? I'm like, I'll wait until somebody translates correctly and respectfully to these queens. But I'm a fan of Mocha Diva. I loved her attitude and her spirit when she walked through. The dress was nice. The headpiece was cute. She had a lot going on. She gave me low-key Jade Sotomayor and Yara Sophia put together tease, but I may be just looking too hard, but yeah. The next queen to enter is Katie Killer. I like Katie Killer. Katie Killer's like cutesy and very, you know, exaggerated and campy glam type of drag, if that makes sense. That's what I was perceiving from it. Now, the girls were reading her for that wig. They said, is that a tsunami? Or is that your wig? Miss Gumhua had read her for filth on that one. But to me, I'm like, I'm used to the high hair, and I'm used to it being this big and exaggerated thing. So yeah, I'm kind of a fan of Miss Katie Killer, but we'll see what she has to bring to the table. It is a little cartoony. Now, the next bitch to walk in this room is Bandit. Ooh. This is the first one where I was like, okay, here we go. Bandit is beat. Bandit is bad. I enjoyed her when she was talking about what she does. She says, honey, I teach in many universities. She came in with the luchador look, very black and white, you know, fan, gave you that tease. Now, somebody had said, I think it was Miss Guamhai again, giving some reads, talking about, I didn't know she can come in with a diaper on her head. Of course, girls are going to come for her, but she's giving you a little bit different, a little bit high fashion, in my opinion. Reminds me a little bit of Aquaria now that you come to the luchador feel or whatnot. But I like Bandit, and I love the name, and I like how she says it, Bandit. Up next is Maya Biharo. Maya, I'm going to have to really give her another episode. Her entrance was cute. I liked it. When they gave a close-up on the face, it was a little rough, maybe from the sequins and the lighting, how it hit. No shade, Maya. It just, there was one moment where I was like, woo, all right. But she seems a little catty. I might be here for it. I might not. But let's see what happens. Now, the next queen to walk in is Candy Cyanide. Trans contestant, honey. And she's beat filthy. She walks in Ariana Grande tees, giving you all that. Right now, I'm in a state of mind. I was like, oh, okay. She gave you Ariana Grande tees. She walked in with that good wig. She posed for the camera. Now, click, click, click. I could tell some of the girls were feeling the threat of her, and I'm living for her character. And this thing she also does, I'm probably going to mention later, but when she says, thank you. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm a fan. Next to the stage is, next into the workroom is Sri Mala. Sri Mala, I'm going to give you this. That wig was life. All right. You're also catty and shady, and I'm kind of living for it. And whenever she has her talking heads and she's speaking in her confessionals or whatnot, babe, her facial expressions are life. She's so funny. I like her. I'm here for it. So Sri Mala, I'm down for it. So here comes Silver Sonic giving you good old goth punk, not too much, but very pretty model-esque tees. Like almost if someone was goth and emo, but was like, girl, I'm going to bump this up to a rock and roll kind of level. I liked her entrance look. I liked that it was different. I liked that a lot of these girls are coming in not what I'm used to. She seems cool. I'm here for her beat, and she seems very creative. So Silver Sonic, we'll see what you got. But she did low-key fall while she was walking around. She gave a little spin and wasn't ready for that turn. Now, this bitch that walked in after her had to tell the girls to stop cowling, because Miss Thing, she had them girls screaming. M. Stranger Fox. Let me tell you something. I was here for the presentation. When she walked in, she definitely gave you real. I was like, puss, puss. I liked her. Breastplate, though, that I need to address a little bit and give a concern. Because sometimes when you do the breastplate, if you don't do too much, I'm not thinking it's a breastplate. Now, the moment she started jiggle, jaggle, jiggle, jangle, jangle, jiggle, 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 I was like, fake, 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 fake. You could see it lift up. It was like, woo, it just got unpolished. Next up is Jeannie the Queenie. Now, this is another English-speaking girl, and of course, I was like, oh, there were no subtitles given when I was watching her come in. But I was like, okay, Jeannie the Queenie, I'm here for it. Takes it back. The teddy bear thing, I get. I understand it, but it definitely gave me blanket. It definitely gave me more blanket than teddy bear. I know she wanted to do a dress with it, but I would have rather it have been something of a more literal, but not too much. Maybe I'm asking for the most of her, but I wasn't wowed. But I do like her character, and her personality seems super sweet. So yeah. And Bandit, low-key, was just not feeling her drag. Let's just call it what it is, Bandit. Just say you thought her drag was shit. Because you were like, now what is this, and who are you supposed to be? She gave you a text example. Well, I'm just nice and cuddly and soft. You can lay on me. She said, ugh, I don't want to. Oh, Bandit. Up next, I think I'm feeling this one the most out of all the girls up there. I'll wait for episode 3 to say this. But I do like this one. I liked her when she walked in the workroom. I liked it when she did her challenge, as well as what she presented to the runway. But Angelique, is this Anong? Because it's A-N-A-N-G. So I'm like, Anong, is that how you would say it? Angelique. I'm here for it. Now, I wasn't here for all them bobby pins on the back of that wig when you had turned around and the cameraman and the editing team couldn't take themselves away from all 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. But I was here for the walk-in. I was here for the whoosh. I love a good girl who knows how to do a fluorescent green the right way. Now, Tormai is the next one to walk in the room, and she's low-key carrying around her laundry or stuff for the beach or things to sew. I'm not sure. Seems crafty, seems campy. Sri Mala was concerned. She said she was more modern home. Oh, before I forget, when Sri Mala walked in the room, I have to go back to Sri Mala real quick. This because it was funny. She said the villager's chief wife is here. I don't know why I thought that was everything, but that was my favorite entrance quote, I guess, for this season. Yeah. So, but back to Tormai. It was cool. I'm not like, I wasn't like, whoa, but it was cool. The next queen to walk in is Vanda Miss Joaquin. Here's the stitch with this one. Had it been a different fabric, it would have looked more expensive. Had I not seen the wrap around the face mask going around the head wrap, that was an issue. If it was inside, like connected to her actual head and scalp, yeah. But when it was around that, it just made it look cheap. I don't know why. I was low-key here for somebody who made a comment on it was like, yeah, girl, I'm not sure about all that. It was still a nice entrance. I just thought to myself, had that been edited down, we would have had a whole nother story. The last queen to walk in is Miss Kana Warrior. Now, Kana Warrior is, I already feel it. She gave you a Laganja death drop, and it was actually real puss. I was all for it. And I liked her entrance look. I did. It was very butch queen, but I liked it, and I thought it was cute. We'll see what Kana's got. Kana's a little bit extra, but I'm here for the extra. Honey, that's our 14 queens. Those are the entrance looks. There you have it. Now that we've gotten to know everybody, especially Kana for breaking the table on first entry, Art and Pangina come out and greet the girls and welcome them to the competition. They are then introduced to the pit crew, which they're from the face out there. And I gotta say, great. And then they're given their first mini challenge where they have to be in a grave and they're resurrected. And they're supposed to be fierce after being resurrected. But the season 1 girls from Drag Race Thailand are distracting them by throwing flower petals, yelling, screaming, you know the works. I am not about to go through every picture. I am not about to go through all the performances because, baby, that was long. But I will tell you who were the 2 winners. The 2 winners were Angeli and Katie Killer. I believe receiving some sort of gift card or some sort of something for them winning, or just the fact that they're the winners. Either way, shout out to you babies. Y'all, you did good. Some people didn't agree. Again, this is a very shady season. As a matter of fact, shade is on speed dial. Them hoes have the phone, and they're just waiting for someone to say something crazy. It's like, boop, fuck her. I'm low-key here for it, but yes, some people didn't agree. Now, what is the main stage challenge for these ladies? Girl, they're giving them 2 looks. What kind of queen they would be at 10 years old, and then what kind of queen they would be at 60. 10 to 60, that's quite, a leap across, not a pond, bitch, an ocean. So I was like, okay, let us see how these girls pull these looks out and what they're trying to represent. Now, in between all this time, of course, we have workroom banter, half of it in different dialect, half of it in English, and it's back and forth with different groups. I love this, I love that. Again, I watch a lot of anime, so I read a lot of subtitles and I watch a lot of foreign films, so for me, I have no issue reading and also just listening. And sometimes I feel like I can speak the language because I sat and listened for so long, but I know I can't because y'all have heard me with accents. It's terrible. But I love that about this show, and I love that it's not just one thing. It's, they invited a lot of people, and they had people from different regions come in, so that was great. When we get to the main stage, and it's time to do the cover girl, put that bass in your walk, and Art is giving us the walk. They gave her all the angles. Here for it. All the angles. I saw the dress from every aspect, except from the back. Fine. I like that. The stage itself seems so much bigger. Interesting too. Not as colorful as the RuPaul's Drag Race team, but it has very much a bright open lighting. So we can see how everything looks. I love that. Then all the guest judges and the regular judges who came out, as I put their pictures up and they all come out, the ex-boy band member whose face should pop up soon or already has popped up. Whoa. Hi, my name is Matty. I was like, goodness gracious. Pangina was sickening too. But yeah, everybody came out and they all had their entrance looks and they all were on theme. Can we do that with Drag Race? RuPaul's Drag? I'm just saying, it was cool and it was nice to see everybody on theme. It was kind of like we're here as a family, even though some of us aren't here all the time. We're just here today, but I liked it. I thought it was cool. Now that we're here to the runway, let's go ahead and change this all up a little bit. Transition. Now I'm a little smaller, so we can see the looks, and some of the looks have subtitles down below because I couldn't find a way to just get them out. I will work on that in the future, but I just want to present the looks and let's talk about them. So first up to the main stage, Miss Guam Hai. Now, Miss Guam Hai is giving us a China doll look, very traditional tees, again, following what she came into the workroom with. The judges felt that. But she could hear the judges talking about, girl, didn't you wear those boots into the workroom? And didn't you have this and that and the other? Another reason why I like this season. Back of the stage, she was like, I have to do this completely different now. They have read me. I'm scared. I don't want to be in the bottom. So she comes out in this very elegant, very, you know, rich royalty almost kind of look with this older woman. And it's so beautiful. And then she has this... she has a prop, of course. She threw a couple strings, confetti thing out, and everyone was like, ooh. It was a good way to bring the judges back on her side, and Miss Guam Hai, very smart of you to do. Next up is Kana Warrior. Now, Kana Warrior is giving you, I'm playing dress up in my mom's clothes, and she's having the striptease fantasy of, mom just found out I was in my shit, and I gotta take all this off, and you're mad at me, and all that type of stuff. I lived and I loved it. But what I lived and I loved more than this 10-year-old look, going to the 60-year-old look. After suffering physical and mental abuse for so long, she needs machines to keep her alive. That is brilliant. Brilliant! I lived for the concept. Kana Warrior, you slay. Bandit is our next contestant to the stage. Now, Bandit comes out in this Marie Antoinette sort of like... rugs and blankets type of tees, like a boy dressing up as a queen and using that as the things that he needs to make the look happen for him. Then Miss Thing was giving you apocalypse tees. Oh yes, I was here for it. Presentation, execution, style, I'm here for Bandit all the way through. And coming up is Katie Killer. Now she said this was supposed to be like a Children's Day festival type of look that she was presenting, very colorful, very her style. I really didn't care for it. It was okay. It just was a lot to me, and I was like, I don't know how that was 10 years old, but, you know, the 60-year-old look was not any better. That one was also a little weird, too. It was like she wanted to still be fashionable, and this is what it is. Nope, not here for it. No ma'am. Next up is Maya B. Harrow. I want to say Harlow so bad, but Harrow. The cupcake look was cute. I liked how she presented it on the main stage. She was blowing the ice cream, the little fake ice cream that she had, and glitter came out and she shook it on herself. And it was very cute. Cutesy 10-year-old little girl wants to dress up like a cupcake girl, you know, that type of stuff. I'm here for that. Her 6-year-old look was the tea. Botched silicone cheek implants, or chin surgery, you could say, and she's very rich and she's full of her money and she's feeling herself. I live for it. She gave you a good little runway walk with the cane. So yeah, Maya, that was hot. I was here for the presentation of both the 10-year-old and the 6-year-old look. Go on, girl. Now, Candy's Farmer Barbie, because that's what it said in the subtitles. I don't know if I'm correct on that, but that's what I read. I didn't get the Farmer Barbie, but I got the Barbie part of it. Like Farmer, I didn't understand. Barbie, yes. Very cute. Very girl, I'm playing it on my mom's clothes. A lot of the girls did that as a theme. I'm fine with that. Where I came in on Miss Candy, girl, please. She comes out in this very fashion-forward look. It was gold, black hair, glasses. Okay, cool. Start stripping it away. And she ends up in this, someone said nun. I may be wrong. I found it to be more monk tees, but it was beat. Bald, honey. She gave you all kinds of religious, because that was her theme. She felt like, oh, if I'm in my 60s, everyone's going to turn to religion more so. Presentation was everything. Polished, beautiful, done. Next up was Sri Mala. Now, Sri Mala just gave me Cabbage Patch Kid. That's all. I thought it was cool, but it was very Cabbage Patch Kid. I got the kid whimsy of it all, and when the judges were speaking of, well, you know, that was me as a child, I'm like, okay, I feel that, but for me, I didn't really get it. I found myself singing that old Cabbage Patch Kids commercial and calling it a day. Now, her 60-year-old look, the 60-year-old look, very campy. I loved how she walked and how she presented it like, thank you. Like, it was just this little... But it didn't blow me away, and I wasn't like, yes. I don't know. I just was I was a little let down by it. No shade to Sri Mala, but Silver Sonic comes out and she's giving you an ode to when she was 10 years old and people were making fun of her for her dark skin and having the power behind not letting their words affect them. And you want to know what Silver Sonic? That was the tea. I loved it. It was very fashion forward. I loved the makeup. I loved all of your 10-year-old look. When we get to your 60-year-old look and you're somebody who went to hell in drag and you still do drag in hell, I didn't get it either. That didn't make any sense. Don't know what it was for. Beautiful makeup. M. Stranger Fox is the next one to come up here, and she comes out as a ladyboy and low-key strips down from sort of like a haphazard femboy look to a, you know, regular ladyboy look. He's got his makeup on, but he's a Boy Scout, and I'm gonna still be me, mom. That type of tea. I like that. It was very on trend. I could feel where you know, the look was coming from. Then we get to the 60-year-old woman who really was low-key 45, but she just continued to have surgery throughout her 20s and 30s, and she didn't need it, so now she looks like that. That's what I was getting, not 60. I got 45, too many surgeries, so she looks like she could be 60 because it looks strained and stressed. And then again, that breastplate was there for the show. I was more for the 10 than the 60. Sorry, M. Stranger, but I wasn't really here for it. I thought it was nice, though, and you was walking for filth. Now, Jeannie the Queenie is giving you devil girl who wants to be the devil, who then transforms and has a transition on stage to then be a devil girl, and blood comes out and sharing needles. I hate to do it, but come on. Now, when she comes back out onto the stage in her 60-year-old look, she is just, I guess she put like different hair that's more messy and a bigger necklace, and ta-da. Okay. Jeannie, I like you, but again, you could have done much more with this. But I understand that you probably had a limited time to go from the stage, then back, and then come back out. But that's what happens when you have that full blood effect early. You could have saved that for later and then done a different presentation. I don't know. Either way, I know what you were going for. I liked it at first when it was the girly, and then it turned into the devil. I was like, okay. But then after that, in the 60-year-old transition, it just didn't work. Now, when Tormai came out there, I was here for all of it. It's like the kid who can do everything and who is like just the all-around child. Like, I play, Jax, and, you know, I do this and tetherball and all that type of stuff. It was very cute. But what really sold it for me was the fact that she died at 59, and so her 60 look was her obituary. I was like, what? It was great. Now, the rest of the look downstairs, like the skirt and stuff, was shit. It was horrible. But all of this and what was presented for what we need to see, everything. Mocha Diva is the next queen up. Mocha Diva is giving you dance. She kept it simple. Very simple, and I'm not mad at it. It was more so we could tell the transition from 10 to 60. It had a story versus from one to the other, whatnot. So she went from being a ballerina. It was very cute. I liked it, you know, not too much. Then being this dancing diva who's gonna dance till she dies. A ballroom dancer, you know, salsa, merengue, whatnot. Cute, loved it. I was here for the transition. I got the presentation. I'm not mad. Next up is Vanda Miss Joaquin. So she comes out in this Malay traditional outfit that she wants to show the judges. They're like, what about that is 10 years old? I agree, but it was sickening and I liked it. Then she comes out in a 60-year-old look. So she was married to a rich man, but then he died. So now she's rich and she's enjoying his money and she's flirting with everybody. It was okay. Up next. Oh, this bitch. Angelique represents the boy toys with the T-Rex coming out, and it was like, haha, and it was just so fucking cute and unexpected. Nothing we've seen before, Drag Race fans, nothing we've seen before. Then she comes out of the T-Rex, and she is what I mean, let's be very clear here. When you were back in the day as kids, some of us used to put towels around our heads, giving you long, rimy hair, and make a dress out of your towels and would walk and sashay through. She did it with multiple towels. It was cute. It was sickening. She was almost bare-faced, but she gave you a little bit of a glow. I liked. I loved. I lived. But what I lived even more for, ooh, and when I tell you, I'm so shocked at the winner of this main stage challenge, but we'll get to it in a second. Girl, Angelique came out as a straight man. She said, I shaved off my boobs. I now have a family. Wife and kids. I'm a farmer now. You know, it was so right. Her presentation was everything. I'm watching you, queen. Everything. Lived, lived, lived. So, that was our runway, kids, and the judging is next. So after the runway, the format, again, is a little different, but I like it. You know, the judges sort of go one by one, their collective thoughts on everyone. Then we're given the winner. Then we're told who did very well, but, you know, didn't win, not so much. And then we get to the bottom. And the bottom girls get more feedback, I guess. They get a little bit more feedback. But not so much. It's more so you can go, you can go, you can go, you can say you can go, you can go. You two. So it's like, okay. And there was backstage stuff, you know, go into the Untucked Lounge, which, do they have Untucked for this, or is that just Untucked for us? Those 3 minutes of them just sitting back there having a conversation. Winner of this episode was Shrimala. And I'm very confused by that winner. I thought it was going to be Angelique. I thought it was going to be Candy. I thought it was going to be a bunch of other girls. A bunch of other girls. Hell, put Kana in the mix. But I don't know. The bottom two, M. Stranger Fox. I love how they say it. And Silver Sonic. Now, we know why Silver Sonic is there because, honey, lost in translation, Silver Sonic. M. Stranger Fox, what did you do for your 60-year-old look? Nada. Real talk. It was more cute and polished and beat than anything, to be real. So they need a lip sync. And of course, it's to a RuPaul song. Not of course, but yeah, it's a RuPaul song. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you're all, we're all born naked and the rest is drag. So, what I just gave you is not what we got. Because I gave you a little more than what we got on that main stage. Honey, that was a horrible lip sync. The first time they had to do it. And you heard me correctly. The first time they had to do it. It was so shit that instead of sitting behind two of them, Art was like, girl, first of all, I'm really mad about this. This is some bullshit. She didn't say that, but I'm just summarizing in my Matty Rants way. Y'all horrible bitches got me fucked up to think that you can come on this stage and embarrass me like this in front of all these people. I'm summarizing. Do me a favor. Let's retry this again. And don't fuck it up. And give me a little something. I mean, hell, Pangina was saying, y'all need to fight. She was screaming in the first lip sync because it was just like, what are you doing? Like, are you not fighting? Like, what's happening here? And then even Silver Sonic, which I really pray to God she gets out of her head because I really hated hearing her say, I'm terrible, I suck, oh my God, she's doing so much better than me. And she wasn't. And she was not. I was like, what is she talking about? M. Stranger over there trying to get that dry wig. I was like, girl, come on. She is tossing that dry wig back and forth, back and forth. You have had an outfit change. You did a split the second time. Either way, they made him lip sync the second time. Silver Sonic brought a little bit more. It was still... but it was still more than M. Stranger. So, Silver Sonic stays after Art giving one of the weirdest eliminations I've ever seen in my life. She's like talking to both of them. Do you want to be here? Tell me why you want to be here. And why do you want to be here? Well, guess what? You're not going to be here. I was like, oh my goodness, that was rough. But yeah, Silver Sonic stays and M. Stranger Fox has to leave. Goodbye, M. Stranger Fox. I actually was really feeling like the first bit of you and your entrance and da-da-da-da, but it just, I don't know, throughout the episode, it just wasn't coming up with the other girls. And at the same time, I like to say that some other bitches should have been the bottom too, and other folks shouldn't have won, people should have been the top, but whatever. Whatever. Everybody, this was Drag Race Thailand Season 2, Episode 1. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your thoughts were of this episode if you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, I have already given links before in other videos. And if you go back to one of my other videos in my live, some 4 or 5 people posted links so you can watch it as well in case you want to join in on this discussion. And thanks for tuning in. Please visit all the social media links down below. I'm at Matty Rants on Facebook and on Instagram, and you know I go live on Instagram all the time. And on Twitter, it's at the Matty Rants. Also, please donate and help out your host here. Bring more content to the channel. Those links are down there as well. That's paypal.me/Matty Rants, Cash App, $Matty Rants. The merchandise store is open up for both me, Matty, and Jamar84, and Jamar84 may come in possibly episode 2 or 3. I'm about to send him the episode so he can watch this. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I kind of went through this a little differently than how I do Drag Race. I am trying to get used to this format, but I've watched this episode 3 times, and this is what you're getting, okay? I enjoyed watching this, and I enjoyed talking about it with you. Thanks again for tuning in. It's your boy, Matty Rants. Hugs and kisses, all my best love and wishes to you. I'll see you next time.